open for other questions, comments for our CEO. Go ahead, Councillor Dinac.
At one point regarding the ice pad, we had discussed possibly fundraising towards that. Is that still an option? In terms of having community members, minor hockey, businesses, because it all benefits them in the long run in terms of having that ice surface for their kids, minor hockey, tournaments, bringing people to the town.
Well, I think it's still certainly an option. And I think if we put it off for a year, it gives time for that to happen. And maybe we could have some good raffles and get things going where all of minor hockey would sell some tickets and other groups. So I think there's some potential there to do something good, raise some of it.
I think it's an option we should really look at because it involves the community and that ice rink is sort of a focal point for our community. Especially in the winter, not so much in the summer, but other than, gun shows and powwows and stuff. But I think we should really seriously look at that option and see if we can get the community behind that.
I see somebody that wants to organize it, get it started. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
That would be great. That's what I think it's going to take, is just a couple of people to get it started. But I agree, it's something that we need to do. Yeah.
No. Committee.
If I may, the cabin lottery that we had back with the Buchanan Center, I don't remember. Chris, do you remember off the top of your head how much that raised? It was a lot.
That was a lot, yeah.
You know,
but again, that was the Sports Complex Society that organized it and drove it, as opposed to a council that's organizing and driving it. I'd love to be able to see how we can get those interest groups to drive that, and we need to sit down and
with minor hockey and the Red Wings and everybody to get them all involved.
I'm just wondering if this has made it to the rec committee, like maybe that's something they can spearhead, if not for Donna.
Yeah.
On your subcommittee,
She'd want to be on the committee, though. I get that. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No, it hasn't. It has not made it there. I mean, they talked about it. Yeah. And I think actually if we hold off on it, I mean, the danger is that there could be a problem with the ice next year. That's a very real problem. And then, what happens then? But, I mean, I think holding it off does give us some time to do some fundraising.
I mean, I think we should put it out there so people are aware now, saying that this is what we're looking at. Anybody have any potential ideas on how to raise money to help offset some of those costs? Maybe somebody in the community would take the lead on that, or like speaking with minor hockey, the Red Wings, see if we can, gauge their input for that and move forward. Because, I mean, I'm thinking of the hospital foundation and their little thermometer there. They need to raise $100,000, so they, they just either donations or whatever, and slowly that thermometer creeped up to that amount, so people can see that there's progress towards that goal, and then kind of gets people thinking and possibly saying, well, okay, I can't donate much, but I can donate $50 to that. So, it's involving the whole community in something that's of value to everyone.
Totally agree.
The other thing to keep in mind as well, again, is there's a provincial election coming up, and they like to throw money around. So we'll have to watch for those sorts of things. And Ron, I'm sure you'll be right on top of that for us all the way through to the election.
until April 22nd, whichever happens first, right? Yeah. Okay, any other questions, comments? No, seeing none. I know that, just a comment on for Public Works, I noticed they've been busy trying to defrost all of the culverts and stuff, so good work. There's been big puddles of water there one day and then they disappear the next, so I know it's a challenging job, so kudos to them for, I've seen a couple of them being drained, so that's been good. We had a motion to receive his report for information. All in favor? It is carried. Moving on to item 14.1, sponsorship request for. Okay, yeah, well, the first one was the letter or the request for sponsorship from, the Elks, yeah, for the Gordon Bamford one. So they submitted their request, and I know I've chatted a little bit with them. Now, there isn't a formal RFP for this one, so I'm gonna talk on it, and then we'll see if we, have a motion. But I think one of the things that we could do, and I know they're trying to raise money so that they can hold the road. That's their big thing, and that's why they went ahead with the Gordon Bamford one. I was talking with Rick today. He was saying that the tickets are almost sold out, so that's a wonderful thing. As of this morning, I think they had 20 or 25 tickets left, so that's going good. They are also planning live auctions and silent auctions at the event to go with it. I know I'd like to see maybe the town donate something in there, and I got thinking of what it could be, and I'll give you one my idea, and then maybe there's other ones. But I was thinking like a swim pass, maybe a 10-pack, maybe or a 6-month pass or something like that. One of those two would be what I would suggest that we could donate. Doesn't cost us much, but it's something that they could raffle off and utilize there.
Yeah, you read my notes. An annual family pass I figured was good. I think the 10 pass, 6-month, whatever. Could probably do a couple of them. Do the annual pass, do the 6-month pass, and also a bunch of swag. Portfolio pins, pens. Have we got a hoodie left? Or
yeah. I don't know if that's
I mean,
something
it's like a package. It's like a silent auction item. You put your thing on there and that. But yeah, absolutely. I think the swim passes is easy. That's because it's here you go.
Thoughts from others? I don't know the answer to that. It's Rick Courtney, I know, who's working on that.
So, I'm just gonna guess here, family swim pass is about $800?
The annual pass
Yeah.
for a family, yeah, it would. Do you got it there?
It's around there.
Yeah.
I only got 2021s. I know there was a change. There was a reduction to the that one is close to what it was before us, which was about 1,000. But if you get it with 20% off,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Just to give you an idea, punch pass. If you did a family, that's 10 plus the 1. That's about $250 plus GST. That'll punch pass is $73. So it just gives you a bit of an idea.
So how does a family 10-pack or ton punch work? So you can take in like 2 adults and 2 kids, or 4 go in?
Oh, sorry. There's no definition of family. So I'm assuming as long as they're part of the family, immediate family, they'll qualify.
So what would we go? What do we feel to donate to that?
I'll I'll make the motion that the town of High Ferry, donate a annual family pass to the swimming pool, and, for the live auction, because it's live and silent, right? And for the, silent auction, a portfolio with some pins and pens in it.
You got a comment, Councillor Stenhouse?
No, I can't support the portfolio. That is a, kind of like that's a, council property, that's kind of like patented for certain people. Yeah, and
We gave these away all the time. Silent auction, stuff like this.
our facilities are struggling. And we share it 50-50 with the Big Lakes County. We're struggling to stay afloat, no pun intended, and to donate $1,000 from our pool facility. Maybe a punch pass. We can't keep supporting everything. We're trying to stay afloat here. We need the money to put in ice pads and everything else, and then we're donating more time and money.
An annual swim pass, not really though, because the pool is going to be there regardless. What this is going to do is, one, it's going to help a local organization bring another great event to town, the rodeo, and also it's going to expose a family to the pool who, you know, whatever, they get there and then, hey, yeah, we're going to go to the pool, and then maybe they're going to bring their friends and their families, and they're going to buy their passes and their punch passes. This is easy. This doesn't really ultimately cost us anything. This one's a slam dunk.
Okay, we got two, go ahead.
So I just so that we're clear, just so people do know. So let's just say, it's $1,000, right? So we take it out of our council sponsorship fund, and it would go into the rec budget. And the rec budget is split 50-50. So just so that you're aware, right? So that would be revenue that would go from our bucket into the rec department's budget, which is then kind of a 50-50 revenue. So if there happened to be $1,000 profit at the end of the year, just, that we get 500 and Big Lakes will get 500. Just, there's just so you're aware. That's how that would work.
Other thoughts on the motion before we vote on it? Seeing none?
I'd like to request a recorded vote on this one, please.
Before we go, this stuff that we can run by our rec director or the manager, say, how does this impact you? How does this fit our budget from our rec director and get their insight before? I mean, this is this weekend, so I guess we're not going to do it this time. But I think that's stuff we need to start asking, is so that when we get here, it's not just you, Judy, sitting around, or you, James, sitting around. We're getting some insight from the people that actually are there front line. We need a voice from the people that matter. They're the people that matter. And so I'm just going to put that out there. In the future, I'm going to vote for it because it's a good thing today. But in the future, I would like to see some input from the people that really make the decisions at that level. We need to be aware of that.
And what the repercussions are for
Yeah.
our decisions.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Okay. I see Councillor Martins has got her finger on the button. She's ready.
Well, I was just weighing the two sides, right? There's lost revenue on one side, there's the potential for, hey, bringing in a family. But yeah, I mean, actually, you make a very good point, Councillor Dunn, to see what Ramona Rollins would say, because I know she's toyed around with some creative, at the strategic meeting, things, and are we undermining her, number one, leaving her out of this process? And this is a very short, they've come up to us with like no lead time here. I know, Mr. Mayor, that you've had the conversation with them, but generally, if I'm asking for donations, I give more than, I don't know, 5 working days to get to it. I thought this was initially, look, I like your suggestion, Councillor Waifel. Is there room to meet in the middle with the punch pass, or do you?
A year, like I think because this is, this can be a big ticket item for them that can really, bring in a lot of revenue for them.
So I noticed that I know you say you want to promote it and everything, but it's spring break. The kids are on spring break, and they're offering like toonie swims this week for spring break. They are promoting it. So like I'm not buying into, well, if they raffle it off, it'll promote it by bringing a family. They're already promoting it. They're already having all kinds of specials trying to promote it.
Okay, other thoughts? We had a request for a recorded vote. And we'll go to the vote. All in favor? Opposed? You have to vote. Okay, we have a support there. Everyone, 6-1. Yeah. Okay, moving on then to another request, item 14.2. Can have a discussion on this, and then we can come back to if we want to make a motion on it. So we have a request from the curling club for $20,000.
Why not?
Well, I'm just, or hold on, I'm just looking,
It's 20.
it's 20, yeah. It looks like 2,000 in one area, but 20,000 in the other area.
Yeah, this was,
No, it is 20 in both areas, so it's
okay, well,
20,000.
this is really hard to read on my copy.
Yeah,
So I can,
yeah, go
you want me
ahead.
to, so what they're asking for is $20,000 to replace eaves troughs, stairs and exit is 5,000. Okay, sorry, eaves troughs are 2,500. So I'm giving you the breakdown of the 20,000. Stairs and exit 5,000. Camera at end 4,000. LED lights 1,000. Entrance roof 5,000. And walkways 2,500. That's the breakdown of the 20,000. There isn't additional detail in what's there. They do want to have. They also indicate in here that they want to have this work completed by September 2022. So they're based on this application. They're trying to get this work completed prior to the start of the next curling season.
Ron, I have a question, because I'm not sure, it's the curling club that owns the building there, right?
So I dug into it today. We looked at some leases. I believe, based on what I see, is that we actually own the building. We own it.
We own the building.
That's what I've been able to find. I know we talked about this even a year ago, kind of the same thing, and went around. And then the documentation I can see is that we're actually the owners. So I've heard two sides.
It's complicated. That's what the button on Facebook is for. When the Gordon Buchanan Center was being built, everything was plumbed in for the curling club to be able to tie in when they replace their building. But it was always said that it's their building. It's kind of under our roof, but it's their building.
Well, that was my kind of understanding, and I've been sort of told that a couple of times. It's their building, they run it, they maintain it, it's just right beside ours, and they do pay for their portion of the ice plant expenses.
Okay, and I believe we own land.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what makes it weird. So, yeah.
We own the land, but they own the building.
It's like a trailer pad. Like, I mean, to break it down, right, you go into a trailer park, you own your trailer, but you don't own the land.
A little bit harder to move the curling rink, but yeah, I get the concept. All right.
So don't take my statement as being factual. So just, I hope that doesn't, if that bears, if that sways your opinion, I would highly recommend that you allow administration to go back and really dig into this. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
okay.
I see Donna nodding, because it does make a difference.
It does, and mind you, I was always under the assumption that it was sort of like the golf club. They managed it and ran the curling club, but we owned the building. But again, I could be wrong. But I guess my question regarding this, do you know if they've applied for any grants? The LED lighting specifically, or if they've applied to any other grants that are available to them to see if they qualify, or are they just asking the town? Are they asking the county for money as well to offset some of this cost?
So I have not spoken to them.
Okay.
They asked probably about 2-3 weeks ago for a donation, and there was a response given that there is a form to apply, and they provided this to us on just before the agenda was released. So I thought I'd get it on now.
Okay.
It is a fairly big ask, so I think it'd be something that maybe even council would want to consider during the final budget deliberations. But I think there's a lot of questions that would need to be.
Well, I was going to say, can we ask the curling club to come to a council meeting, and we can ask them the questions that have you applied for other grants? Do you know if you own the building? They may know, I don't know. But I would like to have them here so we can ask them questions about this.
So
Yeah, this is a big ask.